This isn't about you. Hi, welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much to everybody who has subscribed and everybody that's been watching the videos and leaving comments. I promised that I was going to do a bit of about what kind of equipment to use, especially if you're going to start out in your kind of creative career along with me. So I'm going to show you what I use, and then I'm going to put a little link down below, an affiliates link, so that if you want to, you can use the same things, or you just kind of have a starting base of where to find what. An affiliates link is a link that you click which is joined to Amazon, I think, and it will give me probably about a penny per click. So if you do manage to order something through the affiliates link and it's linked to my channel, I get about a penny. But still, you know, 100 pennies, I can have a coffee. But I just wanted to explain that to you and to be upfront about what that involves. Okay, so you're going to start watercolors. I'm going to do probably the next 5 tutorials are going to be on watercolors, and then I'm going to do some pencil tutorials, and then I'm going to do some photography tutorials. So I'll just explain the watercolors today, and then when we move on to pencils, you kind of get the idea, right? For watercolors, the first thing that you want to have is some quality watercolor paper. And for quality watercolor paper, I use Winsor and Newton. I've experimented with lots of other paper, and it holds the watercolor really well. It holds the watercolor really well. You can kind of see here. So have a look at Charlie here. There was a few mistakes I kind of made with the face and whatnot, but you can't really see what it was because the Winsor & Newton paper doesn't hold the pigment straight away. It lets you move the pigment around. However, down here with Hepburn, greyhound feet are terrible to have to draw because they're really big and they kind of look like twigs, and I had already dried my pigment when I tried to kind of fix up his feet, and you can, I think I've saved it, I'm all about the saving, but you can kind of see there that once that pigment's dry, it was really hard to get it off. However, that is a Winsor and Newton watercolor paper. The other thing you can pick up quite easily is Rowney one. Rowney, I think they're kind of more well known for pencils and paints and whatever. I got this on sale, so I thought, oh, I might as well try it. It is watercolor paper, however, it's what I use to do my sketching with, because I found that this paper doesn't hold the pigment enough. It doesn't suspend the pigment enough, but you know what? You might prefer it. I use this one as my practice. I use it as my sketchbook to paint on the watercolor paper. Last Christmas, oh, the one before, my mother-in-law got me this, which is a brilliant canvas paintbrush holder. It's great because you can flop it over a handle on your sofa. You can put it under your cats so they can sit on it. But it's fantastic. It holds all the paintbrushes. Here you see. Let's talk paintbrushes then. These, they have specific kind of bristles that give you different kind of textural designs. I'll put a link to those in the affiliates link down below. They're good. They're a bit big for my A4s. They're more kind of, they work better in the A3s. So I sometimes use them with some of my kind of cat drawings that don't have a lot of detail. I have never used this one, but it's beautiful. I thought maybe...
Isn't that Munchie's favourite?
Oh yeah, Munchie loves to eat this one. I do use this one a lot. It's the It's the one that splodges on different flower effects. I'll show you that in a tutorial. This one's the same. I use that one quite a lot. These kind of came as a set. You can see they've all got the same bottoms. And then my mother-in-law brought me these beautiful Winsor & Newton Series 7s for Christmas the same year. They're just gorgeous. I pretty much only use these now. So there's a 0, 1, 2 and a 3. They're beautiful. That's what I do all my detail work with. They've lasted really well because in this canvas bag, when you fold it over, they don't end up bending. And the other thing I use are these super cheap. Got them from like the Poundland in Tenby when I forgot my paintbrushes, and they're not that nasty actually. They're quite nice, but they were £5 and they were just from a little kind of dodgy shop, and they're called Jing Pin Hai Bai.
So for beginners, if you didn't want to spend a lot of money, you could just get a cheap brush.
Definitely.
Cheaper brush.
I 100% believe that you can do better with better brushes. If you can afford it, definitely get the better brushes, because you will just notice the quality of your work is so much better. But if you can't afford it, have a look. What you want to do if you can't afford it is you want to have a look for something that has these kind of synthetic bristles. You want to make sure when you touch them they're quite smooth, and they're not like nasty kind of. I don't have an example of one here because I've kind of thrown out all my nasty paintbrushes. The other thing that I really recommend, if you like the kind of outline stuff that I do, is this Winsor & Newton watercolour marker. I have only ever found the black one, and I can't remember where I got it from, but I'll put an affiliates. WH Smith apparently. I'll put an affiliates link, hopefully if I can find this, on Amazon or somewhere for you to have a look at. These are really beautiful. There's a watercolour end that's a grey, and then there's a watercolour end that's a bit thicker and is a black, and then you can add your water to them after you've used them, or you can use them at the end and still stay quite true to using watercolors. The other thing you need is a place to put your water, and this is mine. It collapses. It's just really good. It's such a space saver. So many things. Paints, yay! I have had this paint pot forever, and all I have done is updated all my different colors, but it's basically my palette. I don't keep it that clean. This is again, I'm not sponsored in any way by Winsor & Newton, but I am prepared to talk. I do have tubes. Sometimes when you get fruit from the fruit shop, you can get these little absolutely free containers, and I tend to use those because they're disposable, and it's recycling, and it's just really helpful to have them there, and lots of different colors for lots of different things. So paper, paintbrush, paint.
That's it.
That's how you can start your watercolor. Oh, and the other thing is, if you have a cat, they love to knock these off the table, so that's why these are a little bit more sturdy. Is it okay if everyone does not look at your bum? Okay, so back to leaving me a comment below if you have found this helpful, and tell me what products you're going to use, and tell me how you're going to use them. But also, really, like, massively importantly, I'm trying to create a community here, so if you have something that works better than what I have said, can you please put it in the comments below, because then we can all get a little bit smarter together. Okay, thanks.